Welcome to the crypto lifestyle, the lifestyle where your money works for you instead of you working for that money. And in today's edition, yes guys, I am back from vacation and it's straight to business, another day at the office. You know, there's been a lot of shite going on with XBX and the CEO, and you know, people in my Telegram chat has come together and we had a little community vote and they wanted to hear from the alleged victims, Mr. Ben Zander and Peter. You know, one of my subscribers just did bring this to my attention. They came across a blog that Ben and Peter wrote, and you know, the details in that blog definitely resonated with me because their description of this gentleman, you know, we all know him, Harith Mizzou, are bang on, you know. So I thought it was necessary, not only because you guys voted for it, but as a human being myself, to give these guys their opportunity to explain, you know, their side of the story. As we all know, Harith did, you know, I did ask Harith about this live, and he gave his take on it. So this is Ben right above me here, and to my right, that's Peter. So gentlemen, please, you know, introduce yourself. Maybe Ben could start first, and then Peter, and then we'll get into the logistics of everything.
Yeah. Hi guys, and thanks Francis for having us on. I just want to also say that Antoine, we couldn't get him on here because of the software and stuff like that, but he's following us in the comments field, so he's there as well, and he's also a guy that got scammed by Harith. So yeah, I mean, for all of us, it's been sort of like a pretty long journey. I mean, I wrote that pretty exact in the article that I put up. It's sort of like a testimony. I mean, you know, he rolled into town, you know, talking about his big dreams and everything like that. You know, with an amazing skill set when it comes to making you believe him. You know, I've never actually sort of like seen anything like it before. And you know, he comes across sort of like an oddball, and just because that you can see he's a little bit of an oddball makes you believe him even more, because you feel that you can see through all the smoothness, sort of like, you know. So yeah, you know that's how he is. But yeah, I mean, there's a man behind that mask, and it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. I mean, like he went after, you know, my money and my dad's money, like quite intense. And you know, I didn't manage to get it back before he ran off. I mean, you know, he's talking about like, yeah, come to Fukuoka and stuff like that, or he's just, you know, but you know, all that me and Peter wants is for Harith to come back to Thailand, meet up at Yanawal police station, and have a talk with the policeman there who's been in contact with him and said, come back and clear this up. He doesn't want to.
Or just pay back what he owns us, of course.
Okay, how about this? Because before we really get into the whole details, you know, we want more people to come in, right? They could obviously look at the replay as well. But so Ben, okay, so you just spoke. How about Peter? You could just introduce yourself and, you know, just talk about how you guys met. How did you meet Harith, and then the whole, you know, details of the incident, and you know how he took you guys' money, your Bitcoin, and whatnot. We could definitely get into that thereafter because more people would be here. But just explain how you guys met first.
Right. So I met Harith through Ben. Basically, I was investing in different crypto in 2017, and I didn't kind of I didn't do like day trading or things like that. I was more like investing in different cryptos, new ICOs, and so on. I don't have really, I have full-time work, so I don't really have time to do day trading continuously. But Ben introduced me to Harith. Was a friend at the time. He said he could day trade, or not day trade, but he was doing arbitraging, so he could like make more money on top of the money I had in crypto. So basically, since they were good friends, they were hanging out, I was trusting this guy. So I lent him 5 Bitcoins at a time. He was supposed to be arbitraging through different countries. So like selling or buying for one price in one country and selling for a higher price in another country and make money.
But he's arbitraging crypto?
Yeah, Bitcoins.
Well, I can.
So that was what he said anyway. So I got a monthly report saying like how much he earned, and he took 40% of the profit of that. which was okay. I mean, I made profit on not doing anything, supposedly. So that went up from 5 Bitcoins to about 5.8 Bitcoins. That was, or 5.7, 5.8 Bitcoins, last report I got from him. And I asked to get it paid back, and that he definitely didn't want. Made up new excuses all the time. And it was a few signals before that was kind of made me a bit aware, because when Bitcoin was forking to Bitcoin Cash, and Bitcoin Gold and all the other one forks, I asked him, what happens with with the forks, the money that comes with the forks, that will be stacked up on my report. And then he was starting to get really angry, like, this is my profit, or I should keep this, and I just let him have it. I didn't bother with it, even though it was quite some money.
Yeah,
because he was making profit.
So the thing is this. No, sorry to interrupt, Peter. So pretty much you guys loaned him the 5 Bitcoins to trade with, which makes sense, right? That's okay. That's what you did for arbitraging purposes.
Yeah, arbitrage.
No, but hold on. So he made Ben, and he made a 0.7 profit. But what happened? What did he say? What happened to the 5 Bitcoins? He lost it in the trades?
Yeah. So let me jump in a little bit there, Peter, if you don't mind, because
sure.
Mine and Peter's story is connected, right? Because I met Harith a couple of months before, right? And like I don't know crypto. I didn't know crypto back then, and to be honest, I'm still not like very interested in crypto. I was more like the energy, and he was sort of like courting you to become his friend, and it's sort of like new and exciting. But at that time, Peter is my friend. I knew he knew about crypto, right? So that's why I sort of like, hey, what do you think about this guy? Maybe and he got Peter in as well, but. Yeah, I mean, it's me and Peter and Antoine, we have like identical contracts. Basically, for me, I sent him money and he bought the Bitcoins for me first, and then he loans the Bitcoins and he trades and arbitrages on them. And I think it's different when we wanted it back. Like the contract says, you're going to get your Bitcoins back. It's going to be like a two week or 1 month notice, something like that, and you're going to get it back. And I was sort of like the first one that got screwed like properly, right? And with me, it was like he says, and I just sent you an email package there, Francis, so you can see the chat record yourself and you can post it to your groups. But basically, he says that he's gonna return my Bitcoins in a month or something like that. And I say, hey, please, my dad is here. Can you send it before? And no, it has to be a month. And then a couple of days later, he just invents like some conflict. Yeah, you can forget about your Bitcoins. Completely like schizo kind of reaction, and you have those screenshots as well I sent to you. And at that time, I contacted Peter and said like, hey man, this guy is a scammer. Get your Bitcoins out. And I think like at that point, well, you can talk about that, Peter, but I think he had like he didn't sort of like straight out say he's going to steal your Bitcoins, right? It was different.
No, not at all. So basically he was like, are you sure you want to take out your Bitcoins? And I was like, yeah, totally sure. Please, transfer it back to the Bitcoin address referred to in the contract. And he was like, okay, yeah, sure. So that was fine. And then I had to wait like 2 to 4 weeks. I waited 4 weeks, nothing happened. And contacted him again, and he was like, yeah, no, it was some problem with the banks, or I don't know, it was always some problem. And then he was, no, I don't have my key here. I'm in Dubai or India or wherever. I don't have my SIM card for 2-factor authentications. Just like new excuses all the time. We're just understanding that it was just excuse by excuse by excuse. And then he was getting more angry. And I think I heard at the point, and I think maybe he's also said at the point, that he lost everything in margin trading, like a post. I'm not sure if that's true or not. So he was supposedly only going to arbitrage with my money, but he seemed like he's been like margin trading as well. Okay. And if you were cool enough to say that you want to pay back or work it back, what I've got back is $2,000 basically through a third party that talked with him.
Okay.
And that was just because my theory is that was just because the ICO was launched, or when it was going to an exchange on IDAX. So he didn't want any disturbance before. So he got me to take down our posts because it started to pay back. So took it down for some time. He launched on IDAX, and then after that, he didn't want to pay anymore. So then we reposted our post back.
Basically, like what you will see with him, like, and it's typical for like narcissistic, like sociopaths. It's like they have like this nice side, but then they will flip over into like this rage of entitlement, right? And that's sort of like has been the pattern with him. Like he'll be like nice guy, yeah, you're gonna get it. Then when we don't sort of like retract or do what he wants, or basically like get manipulated by him, he will lash out into sort of like these rage fits. And you see it on these recent Facebook videos that he puts out and stuff like that. And it's like it's he I mean, I don't know what he wants with his. I think he lies more to it, like he's trying to convince his following now more than just trying to be credible, because there's so much evidence against him.
Hey, like, let me just butt in for a second here, right? So okay, so those who are watching the live chat, okay, as I said, any motherfucker spams the live chat, your ass is going to get banned. So I just banned one guy. Okay, I don't know if that's one of your little robots you got, your little ninjas, Harith, but you tell him to calm down, because I might even have to take you off. Okay, you had your chance, you spoke about it. These guys are here now. Give them their chance. You're talking about contract, that's fine. Okay, like I already spent enough time on XBX. I'm kind of sick of it, buddy. So just please, like you can watch this all you want, but just give them their opportunity. Okay, that's all, dude. Okay, you want to talk, that's fine. You have lost your credibility. Okay, that's just a fact. Okay, you have lost your credibility, and by you talking more, you're losing it even more and more. Okay, if there's any doubts that you are authentic, it's out the window for me, bro. Okay, so please zip it. All right, that's it.
So
That's okay. Hold on, let me just I want to take him off right now. He's probably gonna make another account and come back like he normally does, but hey, let him do that. All right, this is the shit I can't handle, bro. Anyways, guys, so my bad. Continue going on.
So just funny that you were saying that, because when our video was out on YouTube the other day for our response to what we've seen, and then he basically, he and his friends, we recognize, what they're writing. They were just spamming us with, totally nonsense stuff, disliking our video on YouTube, trying to get it, I don't know, removed or something.
I'm sure he might. I'm sure he might go to Fiverr right now and buy some dislikes on this live stream as well. But hey, we all see through him. Sure. We all see through his cheap little tricks, man. So, like, dude, this is the thing. I seen somebody said there that they don't see any I forget what it was. It's in the chat. I think I took them out because they're talking shit, that they don't see any sincerity in your eyes. But like, what would drive you to make a blog that's so detailed like that? Like, what did this guy do to you? And I know, I'm gonna use that word haters. There are people out there who don't like to see others successful, right? Like, when you're growing up and you see a guy from high school maybe, and like, holy shit, man, this guy has a nice home, and then you start talking about why maybe he's a drug dealer. You just put shit out there, right? I get that part, but what I'm trying to say is what would drive you guys to go to this extent, right? It has to be something sincere, right? Something that really happened to you guys, right? Because you seem pretty persistent. Yeah, you don't seem like crooks. You guys don't look like thugs to me. You look like normal human beings. And I don't judge people on how they look, but I'm just saying, right?
Peter looks a little bit like a thug.
Yeah, Peter. He looks like a mad scientist. but this is the thing. So in the blog, and we will bring up a bit of it here because I don't have the whole page. I can't bring it up. And you guys mentioned something about Harith is the center of attention. He loves that, right? I was like, okay, cool, whatever. And then you said that how he likes to show himself in clubs. Screenshots of that. Sure enough, he's dropping him at the bar in my chat. And then one thing that gave me goosebumps, and it really did give me goosebumps, is when you guys said that how he offered to fly you to Japan to meet his mom. And the guy offered to fly me to Japan to meet his mom. Dude, and I was like, yo, like I can't ignore this anymore. I can't ignore this anymore.
I mean, Francis, like one thing that I find very astonishing is that, in the article that I wrote, and in the article that Peter has, and also in the comments field of the video, there are links to articles, and in the articles there are screenshots of proof. There's even an audio tape for everybody. Right now, you can go to our YouTube video, you go and you listen to the audio tape. But just the audio tape will prove everything. I mean, it's like, it'll take you 20 minutes. And you have the CTO, that Nicholas Bertos, trying to blackmail me on behalf of Harith, or Nick, as he's called among friends. And that's all you need to do. I mean, it's, you don't have to. It's not like, it's not like he said, she said here. Like just just listen to the audio recording, or look at
and as I said, the contract is out, with our signature, with the Bitcoin addresses. Blockchain is open. You can follow my 5 Bitcoins transfer to Harith. I mean, it's
like,
it's all there.
I'm totally listening to what you guys are saying, but I'm like kind of like in and out of the chat here. And where is he here? Obi Aduga says, Francis, you're taking sides already. Be on the neutral ground. You sound like it's a direct hate on Harith. Be neutral. Let's get the truth. No, absolutely. You're right, Obi? But at some point, like, as I tell people, so, me making videos in XBX, I was reporting what was happening at the time. And the token went up, whatever, 300%. So I made a video on it, right? The token went down. I made a video on it. I went live on it. Now, this whole Odyssey thing happened. It's supposed to increase the price, right? 10%. Harith was constantly putting that into our minds in my chat. So what happens, the opposite happens, and it goes down like 80%. He wants to call it a correction. That's a dump. It's not a correction. A correction would not go down 80%, 75%, okay? So now it comes to the point when new evidence is surfacing. Like, what am I supposed to be? Quiet still? Be neutral still? No, it's like the seesaw was like this, and then it went like this, and I was tilting the other way. So I gotta speak how I feel, and this is how I feel. I'm not containing that anymore, right? Because I give a long rope, and I allowed him to take over my chat. I allowed him to like speak what he wanted to say. People were asking me, they're like, "Hey, why are you letting him do this?" I said, "Well, you know what? The guy's just very proud about his project. Let him be, right?" So I gave him the benefit of the doubt, but at some point, bro. You gotta speak up, right? So this is what I'm doing.
I mean.
So just to say that
this gentleman that asked you this question about being neutral, tell him to go and listen to the audio tape. I mean, at some point, the fact speaks for itself, and you have to take responsibility of like reacting to the facts, right? It's like for you, Francis, right? Now you know what kind of guy he is. Like, you've seen the evidence, right? So what are you going to be? Neutral? I mean, that's retarded, right? Yeah. I mean, he needs to, it's a moral responsibility to everybody. Also people, I think, in the crypto field, right? Because, people not giving a shit is what lets guys like Harith keep going, right?
Yeah. And I have no idea what the XBX does, really, if he has anything there. Maybe he has done something. I have no idea. But I don't trust the guy at all, It's like the way he's been acting towards us with this case, not paying back, and then he's like so super nice, like in some of the videos with you. And then yesterday, on the Facebook video he posted, he was like super angry. Then you kind of see the other side of him. And he, like saying that Ben has the shares and everything, and he's like going to police, send Ben to the police or whatever. Well, I don't know what to say. This is the two-sided of Harith, and I know that he doesn't pay back, and he was talking in that video as well, like it's a loan, right? So it's a loan. It should be, it's only a loan, so I can't go to the police, right? So if it's a loan, why don't you pay it back, right? It's. I mean, my address is open. The contract is open. I haven't seen any money gone into that account.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, like, the thing is, he has a problem because he likes to sort of like talk about me, but the thing is, I have the same identical contract as Peter, right? So I mean, I guess that Harith, what he says that he's going to do maybe sometimes is that he's going to pay back Peter the value of Bitcoin when he invested, right? I mean, I guess that's what he's looking for. But it's harder to sell that lie than saying that he's going to give me back the amount of money I bought Bitcoin for through him, right? But it's it's all over the place. I mean, just guys, listen to the audio.
So
we're actually going to get to one of the blogs. I'm gonna read the first little bit and give Ben the opportunity to pretty much break that down in his words, right? You've written it down in your words.
Sure,
but
sure.
to what Castro is saying, right? Castro is saying that I was the biggest shiller of XBX and all these things. But again, right? People ask me, why were you making videos on it? Because look, anybody who's following my channel knows this. I believe that true mass adoption is going to come from crypto hardware devices where the customer could pay for crypto, direct payments with crypto, whether that be merchandise, that be food, that be whatever. I think that's true mass adoption. So a subscriber showed me XBX, and lo and behold, that's exactly what they were, right? He has these point of sale terminals, he has these Bitcoin ATMs, he has all of these crypto hardware devices, which intrigues me. So right off the bat, it got my interest. And what you want to call shill, bro? Am I making 3 videos a day? I think I made 4 videos on them. Now, were they well made and edited? Yeah, because I put a valued effort into any video that I do. I pay my software I'm using right now cost me $1,200, dude. My laptop, look at my studio, my lights. Like I take this shit serious. So no matter what video it is, I'm going to give it a valued effort, effort, right? And no matter what it is, I have to do that because that's what I love what I do, right? Now, to your point now, what's shilling? I reported the facts. The token goes up 300%. I made the video. It goes down. I made the video. I think harith is full of shit. I'm making this video. So what are you talking about shilling, dude? Like, seriously, like, what is shilling? Am I making, like, okay, those guys from, I don't want to name other projects. Those guys make videos every day. I made 4 videos, bro. Okay, chill. Now, did they look fancy and nice? Yeah, but that's just the type of work I do. Okay, it takes 12 hours a day for me to make a video, bro, in 2 days. So that's 24 hours, and I put that work in. No matter what it is, I could be talking about Satoshi Nakamoto. I'm gonna do the same quality. I gotta be consistent with my efforts. Is what I'm trying to say. So if you want to call it chill, bro, hit the subscribe button and get the fuck off, because I don't even need you. All right. I don't need dumb people like that. All right. Okay, guys, let's go on. Okay, so let's actually bring this up here. Where is it? Right here. And this is the beginning part of the actual blog there. And it says, we hear about them. If you are really unlucky, you meet them. Yes, it seems I have been scammed. Naively trusted a friend of a friend to arbitrage my bitcoins in a high percentage. My friend had a similar episode. The story I heard was that harith stole his bitcoins and the bitcoins of his old father bought with a saved up pension over 15 years. Yes, let's get into that, Ben. I believe that's your dad, correct?
Yeah, that's correct. That's correct. Yeah, I mean, so in the beginning, like I bought 2 bitcoins of harith. Like unlike Nicky or Nicolas, the French guy, the CTO, like I didn't have any crypto. I wasn't interested in it and stuff like that. So, but harith said, well, just transfer me the money, and I'll buy the bitcoins for you, and then I'll loan you, and I'll loan the bitcoins, and I'll trade on them. Basically, exactly the same thing as Peter or others did, right? I just gave him money to buy the bitcoins for, and then he would trade on it. And that was like sort of like before Bitcoin started to go up, and he was paying back, right? And then okay, buy some more, right? Okay, so I bought 5 more. At that time, my dad, he was a like really talented musician from Serbia, right? He traveled around and he played music all his life. And because he had this kind of work, he never had like steady employment. He had like an impulse of always having like some cash put aside, because that's how you sort of like have some security and you can relax, because you never know when your next gig is coming, right? And he was getting like really, really old. And I was thinking like, man, he should enjoy this money or do like, but if I invested it in Bitcoin for him, then maybe I could make some money for him, and we can sort of like, do something with it. We can refurbish his condo, we can go traveling or something like that. And I said, hey, Dad, let's take that money that you've hidden in the piano, right? And let's buy some Bitcoin for it, because, I'm making some money on it, and, I think it can be good. So then I bought 5 more Bitcoin through harith, and it was the same thing. And that was the second contract, exactly the same contract as Peter.
But what do you mean through him, though? Through harith, you bought Bitcoins? Why not just straight from the exchange?
Yeah, so the thing is, I tried to buy Bitcoins directly, right? But there was like this lock on it. You like, 0 point something at a time, right? I tried to buy it in the beginning, but it was like this long protracted thing. And, harith and others were saying, it's going to go up, it's going to go up. Just let harith buy it, because, he's been into crypto for a long time, and he doesn't have these sort of like limitations on how much he can buy or something like that. I think there was like some... I mean, I think there was like this anti sort of like money laundering systems that they put limitations on people to buy amount of bitcoins at a time or something like that. So it was basically like a speed thing, right? Like, yeah, just and I have the money transfer records to Harith's Japanese bank account, right? And that, I mean,
Wow.
that's also
You kept all
part
of
of the
that, yeah.
proof. So, yeah, I mean, it's with the Thai police. They have it. That's why they want him to come to Thailand, but he doesn't want to, right? And then I had 7 bitcoins, and this is the same thing as with Peter. Like, you know, he would arbitrage, he would give profits on that, and then like hell, I want to get more bitcoins because it's now it went up from like 2 to like 4 or 4,500. And okay, I'm gonna put on a little mortgage on my condo so I can buy 5 more bitcoins. And this is when sort of like Harith said, well, you know, that's cool. Like he initially tried me to have me mortgage my whole condo and spend like fucking 10 times more or 20 times more, and I'm so glad that I didn't. But what he said was, you know, buy the 5 bitcoins, but if you keep them with me for a certain amount of time, like you lock it with him, like a fixed period investment. No,
Dude,
I
the
will
more
give you.
sorry to
Yeah,
interrupt.
yeah.
Time out right there. But the more you talk, the more it reminds me of him talking about Odyssey. It's gonna pump the price up. Buy more XBX. Oh, it's gonna go up. It's gonna go
Yeah,
up.
yeah.
Oh, lock it into staking. Lock it into staking. You know, staking
Yeah.
program. So it's like man, I don't know. It's like giving me goosebumps all over again because it's pretty much
That's how he
like
talks.
yeah, it's the same framework in a new project.
Yeah. And so,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
what he said was like, keep it with me for a fixed period of time, and I'll get you like 2.5% in this Bitex thing as well, right? You know, but you know, I would still own the bitcoins. You know, it was just like, you know, keep it with me. And I said, okay, fine. You know, we can do that. How about a contract? I never got any contract off it. But you know, he took the money. He same as with Peter. You know, he sent the monthly statements showing how much bitcoins he's holding of mine, how much the performance is. You know, there's bank transfers in paying profits. I mean, I really don't understand where he where he's trying to go with all these lies, because it's like, you know, it's all documented. It's all documented. You know, it's completely schizo to me.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, for sure. I'm just in the chat here. For those who are in my chat, pump and dump plus run. Yeah, that's what Dev17 says. Valdi says Harith pumped XBX to 1,500 satoshis. You just need 2 BTC. It's not difficult, right? Francis Demon says 30 dislikes. What the fuck? Like, as I said, for those who are now joining, yeah, like they got their guys, their little they got bots too in their chat. So I mean, as I said, I wouldn't be surprised. Like, this is what's going to happen. This stream will get a lot of dislikes, just like I think Ben and them did that, right? And they got a bunch of dislikes as
Yeah.
well. And somebody said it best in my chat. I think it was Benjamin. I don't know who it was. I can't remember. But they said that how it seems as though Harith, he wants to prey on newbies. Right, he thinks that, and if you go to his Telegram chat, it's so sad. It's almost like a cult. Like they're all drinking his blood or something from a bowl, and they're all just like, whatever he says is the truth, you know. Whatever he says, let's do it. XBX to the moon. Oh, stickers. XBX stickers, you know. So it's a joke over there, and I feel sorry for them. But you know, everyone's going to learn at some point, right? Everybody has a different journey, and
He's yeah. I think, I mean, he also probably, like, he pays people with other people's money to protect himself, right? I mean, that's also the thing, right?
Yeah.
And you know, what is like, this is also like what I try to convey in my article, and I think Peter also in his article, is that, you know, you really don't know what you're getting into unless you've sort of like seen one of these charismatic psychopaths before, right? Because even like watching his sort of like his latest Facebook videos that he put out, that we recorded as well, you know, he lies so well that he can almost trick you, even if you know he's a scammer, right? And he has this, and if you look at the sub level of how he sort of like communicates, it follows this sort of like meta pattern, right?
Yeah.
He'll start with acting like extremely offended, really like he's in a rage, and you know, how dare people question him, right? And then he will sort of like, you know, soften up a little bit, you know, and then he'll, you know, get a little bit more friendly, and then it's like, come on, guys, you know, yeah, you know, let's get on with it, you know. He'll basically like harass you, sort of like psychologically, and try to beat you into sort of like a submission, right? and people who has this sort of like charismatic skill, it's hard, right? And especially if he has people following him on these live streams, and I think I think he really likes that live stream because it tailors to his ego,
and
right?
He's really good at talking, right? Just talking a lot and repeating himself. You know,
I call
like
it
this monologue he had yesterday on Facebook. I think he was just talking like for half an hour, just like in the camera by itself, just repeating.
I call it, he doesn't even talk, he just flaps his flapper, is what I call it. He just spews nonsense, you know. So yeah, no. So go on, guys. I'm looking at the chat here as well. My bad. Yeah, carry on.
Well, I mean, I think one thing that we can sort of like, Harith, he's good at trying to deflect truth with half truths, right? So one thing he sort of like, I noticed that he sort of like tries to counter with that. I don't have an arrest warrant. I can go where I want. Where is my arrest warrant, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, right. Like you know, I didn't do anything, and you know. Again, it's a typical example of him putting forth a half truth, right? No, it's not an arrest warrant yet, because an arrest warrant comes when you're convicted, right? But you can still be wanted by police, right? You're a suspect, right?
Right.
Because they have seen evidence. And what people need to understand is, if you walk into a police station in Thailand and you charge somebody for a criminal offense and you don't have stacks of evidence, right? And you convince them, first of all, they're not going to take the case and push it to the prosecution, or they're not going to call you to Japan and ask you to come back. Also, if you're lying or misrepresenting the case, that you will end up in jail in Thailand. That's like super serious. I mean, you know. So yeah, you're not you don't have an arrest warrant yet, Harith. But yeah, they called you from the police station. They told you come back to Thailand and clean up this. You refused. And in these Facebook videos, it's the same thing. He runs into this Japanese police station, and everybody knows, you know, he knows that the Japanese police are not going to do anything. It's a performance. It's like a show for the audience, right?
Yeah.
And then he goes into the car. Where's the arrest warrant? Come here with the arrest warrant. Here I am. You know, for Harith's audience, ask him to go to Thailand and do this live streaming. Go to Yanava police station and do this live streaming, and we will see if the police is looking for him or not. Because it's easy for him to stand in Japan and say that you know, if he did anything wrong, why am I not under arrest? You know, I mean, it's a show. It's a performance.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, absolutely. I totally get what you're saying. We got some people here. What are we saying? Francis Demon says, you're doing this because of the price? If you're referring to this interview, no. I'm doing this because of this, right? Everything. Okay, first of all, this was voted by the community. They wanted to get these guys on here in my Telegram chat, and that's a number. That's one of the reasons. Also, it's not the price. I've been in crypto, man. I can handle price tanking going up, but what I can't handle is pump and dumping. What I can't handle is CEOs coming into chats and just only talking about how they're going to pump their token 10% a day. Okay, and then not that, but then what happens thereafter is the token does the exact opposite. Now that is a definition of a pump and dump. That's the purpose of this, right? And as I said, you know, people who are new here and are in that chat, you know, you guys will just learn on your own, bro. And that's all I'm gonna say. You know, in my opinion, Harith has lost all of his credibility. Okay, all of his credibility. That's it, because it's literally a pump and dump. Okay, buy XBX. It's going to go up 10% a day. It's going to go up. This is why CEOs never talk about price. So they cannot, people cannot make these claims against them, right? But Harith didn't care about that. That's a cardinal rule. As a CEO in crypto, you never ever talk about price. Now, I'm led to believe that, you know, he wants to pump it and then says Odyssey is going to go up 10% a day, and then it crashes 75% in 2 days. That's a correction, and that's a dump. So it's a pump and dump. Right, so this is very relevant right now, bro, and that's why I'm doing it, right? So hey, here we are right now.
I think also we should not forget sort of like the guy that sort of like helped Harith steal from me, and that is the French guy Nicolas Bertos, or Nicky as he's called. you also had some dealings with him, haven't you? Or
well, he's in my chat. He was one of the guys on that live stream, and that's how I met him. And on Telegram, he messages me and whatnot. He's saying he doesn't want to be part of this. He's not part of it. This and that. And I believe you mentioned that you're surprised that they're friends again, right? Apparently, Nicholas was telling you something.
Yeah. I'm very surprised because I mean it's not only me and Ben and Anton here who's been scammed. It's a lot more. So it were at least 7 people talking together. Like what was happening with our money? Did we get any money back from Harith last year? And Nicky was one of the guys actually getting this group together, and he had been scammed himself by Harith. So I find it very surprising that he suddenly is working with Harith now. So I don't know if he's been promised some part of XBX and only way he will get that if he works together. I mean, Harith is really good at talking, so he can have, either, convinced him back, or Nicky wasn't Nicky, I don't know.
So you're saying that Nicholas, the French guy, it's a crypto boxer, he is what somebody referred to him as. But you're saying that how you think he's not part of this, is what you're saying?
Yeah, I mean,
he's a part of XBX. He's working together with Harith for sure now. I mean, that we can see on the videos with you. So they're definitely working. But I find it strange that he's working with Harith after what he was saying last year. He was saying that he got scammed by Harith. He didn't get his money back. And how can we get it? He wanted to go after him in Japan, like crush him or whatever.
Really?
And
getting there,
for sure.
He wanted to use him. But I mean, when he stole my Bitcoin, Nicky or Nicholas, he was sort of like helping Harith flat out. Like, you can just listen to the audio tape, and he is the guy on the tape, and you just hear it's like it's threats, it's different sort of like strategies trying to.
He was threatening who? Harith or you guys?
No, Nicholas, the French guy. He was threatening us on behalf of Harith, right? Or me in the audio tape to have me drop the case. So if I dropped the case, then I would get my Bitcoins back.
Wow.
I would get kicked out.
Do you have that audio clip right now? I'd love to play that right now.
Click it. Go to the YouTube.
Because that's something unbelievable until you hear it.
Yeah. Just go to the video and look at
I don't know. Let's ask the people in the chat. You guys want to hear that video or what? Of Nicholas saying, giving threats on Harith's behalf? Let me know. If you guys want to hear that audio clip, let's do it. Let's do it. Why not?
Yeah, we have it.
Okay, well, yeah. Tell me where it is exactly.
If you go to the video that we put out, right?
Okay.
On YouTube.
Right.
And then you go to the comments.
But do you have the original copy, like the link for it? That'll make it easier for me anyways.
Yeah. The link is there. The link is there. So you can put that link out onto your group. But just copy the link in the comments field of in the description, of the YouTube video, right?
Okay.
Go to the YouTube video, go into the description, and you see it's the bottom link there.
Okay, hold on. Let me try to pull that up. You guys, if you want to talk in the meantime, it might take me about a minute or two. You guys could definitely carry on.
Sure. I just want to say that,
Sorry to interrupt. Sorry, Peter. I'm just in the description box here. There's like about 4 links. Which one is it?
Yeah. So it's the last one where you see audio tape, right? You see it?
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. So I got that here. Oh, okay. Yeah. So sorry, Peter. I do apologize.
No worries.
Yeah. Let me see if I can just add this in here. I think we actually have it already. Okay. Let's listen, guys.
When you get the paper that you get.
Oh, sure.
And when you show you drop the case, because the case don't care.
But I cannot. But how can I cannot
damage us.
I cannot drop the case before I have a guarantee. You understand that? That's just crazy.
Okay, then continue with the case. Okay.
Wait. Let's start from the beginning. This is crazy. I never heard this. Hold on.
Listen. This is logical, right? He says,
Hold on, guys. We're gonna have some issues here.
With Jason
but wait up.
Okay,
I want to.
Tomorrow, don't call me.
I want to finish this.
I do apologize, guys. Hold on. I gotta set this up better.
Tomorrow.
Let me start from the beginning here. I'm gonna go like this. For the viewers watching, my sincere apologies. I just gotta organize this from the beginning. Let me go. Where is it? Website. Okay. In about 5 seconds, it will be up. Okay, audio. Okay, here we go. Okay, hold
That's
on.
fine. Take your time, Francis.
When he get the that you drop the case,
And-
when he show you drop the case, because the case he don't care.
Yeah,
actually.
yeah, but I
You
cannot.
can
Yeah,
prove
but
him
but
the
how
case
can I?
is
I cannot. I
not
can.
gonna damage us.
How I cannot drop the case before I have a guarantee. You understand that? That's just crazy.
Okay, then continue with the case. Okay,
Yes,
no
what-
problem.
Yeah, but what do you? I mean, listen, this is logical, right? He says, you know, drop everything and then trust me
actually,
again.
You're not in position to ask guarantee.
He can just if
the guys who owe you money.
if he really wants to refund this, he can do this tomorrow.
Okay, then
Right.
no, you cannot do this tomorrow because you have to go to jury.
Yes, but it can be done tomorrow also.
Yeah, but he's not gonna go to jury if he's not sure that you drop the case. That's why, again, I told you we contacted you 1 week ago to get the time, but you did not answer. And
Okay.
I hope this time my English is clear enough for you to understand
what
I'm saying.
Okay, so what he wants
Tomorrow,
is
if you not drop the case, there is no jury. If you don't have the proof, this is from you. You have to show the proof. This is your last chance. He's giving you a chance. It's not you give him a chance. You're not gonna hurt him with Jason.
So-
you're not gonna hurt him. That's the only thing you're gonna get to get kicked out of
Okay,
Thailand
so-
because Nick have a very long arm.
Okay, so what is he saying? What he's saying is that contingent on me dropping the case, he will return the 7.86. This is what he's saying basically, or right?
Basically, he say, show me that you drop the case. Show me that you drop the case. Then you're gonna to jury. Then I'm gonna tell Nick refund his Bitcoin faster at whatever he have to get refund. So it was a stack 7 point whatever
7.86. Yeah.
So this is what you have to get because
And then
this
he-
is
and then-
what we talked
and then he will-
last night. I say this is gonna be like that because this is better. Then after second case. Your case of the loan. This you have to discuss with Nick. I have nothing to do.
Okay. So
So you do what you want. Now you want to fulfill your case with Jason. Fulfill your case with Jason. It's gonna take 5 years.
no. What I'm hearing is that he will return my dad's Bitcoin if I drop the case.
Sure.
So then it's a question of, okay, how fast will this be done, etc. etc.
How fast? If tomorrow you drop the case, you send him a letter that you drop the case. He go to see jury. He say, okay, Ben, he drop the case. I want him to sign this paper. Blah blah blah. I'm gonna refund his father Bitcoin if he come. Then you go to jury. You sign the paper. Then you jury call Nick and say, okay, he came in, sign the paper. You give to jury your Bitcoin wallet or your bank account, whatever Nick decide to refund you, and you're waiting for the refund. And you're gonna wait you. He's gonna give you a date like I engage myself to refund in 10 days or in 1 week. I don't know. This will be stated in front of jury. So you cannot play with that. If it's not fulfilled, you can sue him. So
Okay.
but this time for real. So I don't.
Okay. Thank you for
ask
the.
you-
Thank you.
I don't.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank
I
you
don't
for.
ask you.
My bad. So, okay. So how long does that go on for?
Well, the thing is, it goes on. It's like 20 minutes in total. So what you hear here is like it's like when this happened at the beginning, I tried to, and I didn't know what to do. I was trying to scrambling, trying to like figure out what I want to do. I went to a lawyer, right? And the lawyer sent him a letter. And at that time, that was before Harith had escaped to Japan, right? And what Harith is trying, what Nicholas is trying to do here is he's trying to get me to drop the case. And if I do that, then I will get my Bitcoins back, or at least my
Right.
father's to begin with, and then mine later, right? And I said, well, I don't want to drop it until sort of like I get my Bitcoin. No, that doesn't happen. And then it sort of like goes on to there, and he sort of like piles on, and he talks about if I don't do this, Harith is going to fight me with my own money. I cannot do anything. Harith is going to get me kicked out of Thailand. I'll be denied entry. I need to be careful because they have a lot of connections, and it basically just goes on like that. And he, it's really funny. Also in the video, he says that if I ever tell anybody that this conversation takes place, he's going to deny it, like James Bond. He literally says that. Now, what really is sad about this audio recording, you didn't hear it, but I actually heard it, and that is my dad just came to Thailand and visited me. First time he traveled outside of Norway for 35 years, and he was sitting next to me when I was recording this, and I hear my dad sort of like sighing and like, you know, getting angry and flustered, listening to me talking to Nicholas over line, which it was. So basically, it's like, you know, this is what my dad had to deal with when he came here to visit me, and we were going to go out and travel. I'm going to take him traveling, and instead he gets pulled into this. So yeah, everybody just go and listen to the end. You know, my Bitcoin gets confirmed. You know, he even says that you know, they're not a scammer. I'm going to get my Bitcoin back, etc. I mean, you know, that's all you need. I mean, you can go deeper into the other evidence, but you know, that's it, right?
Yeah, no, for sure.
So,
I would love to go through the entire audio clip, but I mean, for 20 minutes live, I mean, what we could do is,
yeah,
you know,
it's too long.
yeah, people no, well, people could, you know, if they really want to hear for in its entirety, they could definitely reference to your YouTube video in the description box. It is the last link. You guys could check it out there. But what I definitely get out of that is, they definitely seem threatened, and when you seem threatened of something, you're guilty. You know, because I mean, like, if they weren't guilty of anything, I don't know why they'll go into such, and like his tone of voice it sounds a little bit it's getting violent. You know, the threat part, I don't think we got to that as yet, right? Because like it was escalating.
No.
Though.
It's yeah, it's sort of like in the second half part, because what he's slowly realizing is that, you know, I'm not a dummy, right? So I'm not gonna drop the case before I get my Bitcoins, right?
Right.
But in his mind, he's probably think he's sort of like, you know, gaming me or something like that. And of course, he isn't getting his way, so he sort of like starts to up the ante. You know what I mean? Like, you know, I'm never gonna get my Bitcoins. What am I gonna do? Harith holds my money. You know, he doesn't have to give it back. You know, just listen to it, guys. You know, just listen to it. I mean, it's if you don't want to go into the other evidence, just listen to the audio tape, put it on the air, and go for a walk. Then you know.
So somebody says here in the chat too, oh, how much did you guys pay me? It's like, bro, you guys just lost how much Bitcoin. You know what I mean? You guys are gonna pay me? They didn't pay me shit, bro.
Yeah, we haven't paid you anything.
They didn't pay me shit, bro. I'm just doing this like because, like, you know, as I said, man, I gotta call it how I see it, and I gotta give them their opportunity to say something, and the community in my Telegram chat wanted it. So I mean, it makes sense, right? But anyways. Okay, so I know there was another gentleman, Antoine, correct? He also had some similar stories where, you know, he was gypped off or what have you. I don't know if he wrote the blog as well.
Yeah, no, I don't think he sort of like comes on in the video, the YouTube video we put out, right? But Antoine's story is basically identical, and I think he's in the comments in the comments field of this video. I don't know if he's introduced himself there, but he's in Hanoi now. And we couldn't get him on, but he's listening to the stream as well, and it's the same thing, exactly the same thing. You know, he invested 5 Bitcoins for arbitraging, and Harith doesn't want to give it back. You know, and he starts talking about like paying back people in XBX now and stuff like that. I mean, did he try that with you too, Peter, or I don't know? It's just bullshit.
Yeah, well, he was saying something I could get some bonus in XBX because of waiting or something, but I was like, no, I just want it back just as the contract says. I want it back in Bitcoin on that address that we agreed, and it's just trying to everything else, right? I mean, if he could just make some more XBX and send that to me, that's what he's trying to, or he probably holds a lot of XBX.
I mean, what's really like amazing to me, like I don't understand. Like he sits there and he talks like, why would I pump and dump for only 5 bitcoins? And he says in this video, I'm sitting in like $150,000 car. Like, why would I do that? And it's like, man, like, why don't you just sell that car? Why don't you just sell that car and you start repaying us what you stole and you go on with your life? You know what I mean? Like I even offered him a while back, you know, okay, give me like 50,000, you know, as a down payment, like US dollar, and show me, and I'll wait until you sort of like make your money or whatever, and you can pay back, like give me something. But it's like, it's nothing. And I mean, it's not even rational, right? Like even either he is completely crazy or he's broke or something like that. I don't know what it is, but it's like,
and
for a guy that,
and of course it's not only us as well, right? So I just don't want him to. I have no idea what he's doing with XBX. I haven't like looked into it too much. I don't really want to get involved in it, but I just don't want him to scam any more people, basically. It's me,
Yeah.
Ben, and Anton, and there's many more people, and probably a lot more people coming or have been before us as well. I don't know, but there's definitely not only us.
Yeah, no, so like,
Yeah, I
okay,
mean, like,
what would you guys tell the people who don't believe you for whatever reasons? And, I mean, obviously they don't know you guys from a hole in the ground, right? You guys are obviously strangers to them, but why should they believe you, or why, what would drive you to lie, or, to try to make someone look out to be what they're not? Like, what's your response to them is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, if like, yeah, I mean, like, what would our motives be? Like, we don't have any motives. Like Peter is a busy guy. I am a busy guy. Like, why would we go after this random dude if it's not the truth? But the thing is, when you get your stuff stolen like that, like, you can't let it go, right? It's a psychological possibility. Yeah, you can't live with it, right? And that's the thing, you can't live with it. And
especially when you see other offers as well, right? When you see other people happening the same to them, we don't want him to scam more people.
And the problem is,
of course, we want our money back, but we don't want him to do anything more.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, me and Peter, like, we will survive. Like we will survive not getting our assets back. Antoine has been hit really, really hard. Like, that was his savings. He don't have anything to fall back upon. But let's say he managed to get me to mortgage my whole condo.
Oh my God!
Right? Like, that would radically change my quality of life. And there's other people as well that don't have money, and the more desperate people are, the more they will pin their hopes to people like him, right? And he can get people suicidal. Like, he can put them in situation that destroy their lives, like, completely. Like, and people not being able to go to hospital poor, like it's like he's a lethal guy, like, because he's completely ruthless.
For sure.
And I mean, like, and it's like, people, they don't want to, when people have bought the condo, they want to highlight what's great with it. But before they buy it, they're critical, right? And I think, like, the people who sort of like don't want to believe it, it's because they've already sort of like committed, they bought into it or something like that, and it has psychological consequences for them to face reality. But correct. I mean, like I said, if people are too lazy to do some research, just listen to the audio tape.
Right. So
it's a good point, Ben, because I didn't believe it myself in the beginning. I was like, no, he can't be. He's like been trading, or arbitraging for me. He's such a nice guy. We've been meeting several times. We believe this guy, and
to be honest, I mean,
it was the scammer.
No, Harith, like, when you first meet him, he definitely comes across very personable, very laid back, and,
Absolutely.
Just chill, like one of your boys, one of your friends, right? He really does come across like that. But, somebody says this is boring. Well, bro, I don't know. If you want entertainment, go to a strip club. I'm not trying to entertain you. I'm just trying to, we're just talking, like, giving them their opportunity to speak, and let's see the truth, right? That's what this is about. If you want entertainment, you could go to a strip club, right? Somebody else here says, what do we got? Oh, yeah, so Val asks, he's a member from my chat. He's asking me to ask you guys what happened to the dump of the price. Apparently, if I'm not mistaken, Harith is claiming that you guys had part to do with that. I don't know. Do you own XBX tokens?
Not at all. I would never own an XBX tokens. I don't believe in this shit. So I mean, I own a lot of different cryptos for sure, but not XBX. And I would not even interfere with XBX, not to dump, not to buy, nothing.
Yeah. So Val says, ask them about presumed XBX dump. Did they dump XBX tokens? I don't know. Yeah, that was strange that he said that, because I don't know why you guys would have that, but yeah. He said that's one of Harith's argument points.
What?
All right. Yeah, well.
Yeah. It's just bizarre. It's like, it's almost as if they're trying to throw the kitchen sink at you guys, right? They're running out of things here, and it just doesn't make sense,
So why would we invest in XBX over time to then suddenly dump it at a certain time? I mean,
Yeah.
I wouldn't invest in something I don't believe in. So
I mean, like that doesn't add up to me. But I want to find something else out. In your blog, you reference to Harith. I guess I would say his margin trading company he had. He had another company before in crypto.
yeah,
We talking about
he,
Peter?
he had a
Oh,
trading company. He was
What's the name of it?
Harith had a trading company in Thailand.
What's the name
Was
of
it
that?
Matrix? It was called, or was it, I can't remember the
yeah,
name.
yeah. I can talk a little bit about that.
Okay.
So at some point, like he was sort of like collecting money from all of us, right? And it was like these personal loans, he called them, right? Now at some point, it sort of like dawned on him that he could sort of like get money into just opening or starting this sort of like crypto
Trading
hedge
company.
fund kind of thing, right? Yeah. So it was basically him trying to put makeup on what he was already doing, basically taking people's money and arbitraging, or in this case trading, and putting it back, right?
Yeah.
But it was exact, you would get the exact same statements and stuff like that for the performance that me and Peter and Antoine was getting, but now it was like this Matrix logo, and he actually incorporated under that name with my lawyer friend actually, and at that time, it doesn't have any value, but he said like, yeah, he gave me and Nicolas that time, he gave us like 2.5% in this company. I mean, it was completely worthless, but it was just like sort of like an incentive for us to try to get people to invest and stuff like that. And that is like, I think that is sort of like one of my scariest moments. Like as of now, Harith ran away from Thailand and he didn't pay the
So wait up. So Harith
fee.
lived in Thailand?
Yeah. He rolled in here for less than a year, I think. He just stayed in hotels. That's like also another thing that we found funny. He was staying in these hotels. He didn't sort of like get into a proper.
Just to clarify, so I live in Norway and work in Norway, but I do a lot of work in Asia, in Thailand. So I come like every other month to Thailand, and that's how I met Harith in Thailand, in Bangkok.
I see.
Yeah. But just to
Sure.
to complete on that, right? So he ran away from that, and I think like he it's like I was also thinking about like, what if I sort of like brought him a lot of people that invested with him, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm so happy that didn't happen, because that would be like a horrible situation. But that was what he was trying to do. Basically, he was trying to make this like pyramid scheme that people who already invested with him, they would get like a profit if they brought in other people. But yeah, he ran away before.
I just want to address something, and there's two questions here. I believe it's Crypto here asks for proof. If you guys could show proof of the contract, I believe is what he was referring to. Let me just scroll up and make sure. Give us the proof of the contract they had with Harith is what he's asking for. Now, while you guys are, letting that formula in your head there. So someone's saying, "Oh, you guys look like two poor men. Oh, I don't believe you." Well, I would tell them this much. Trust me, guys. Well, don't trust me. Okay, you learn. But at the end of the day, CEOs do not give a fuck about their investors. Okay, anybody who's been in crypto knows this by now. They do not give a shit. Not all of them, but the vast majority. What they care about is their business booming at all costs. Okay, making that token go up. Okay, we're talking about the shady ones too, especially. They care about their business more than you. So if you want to sit here and, I understand these guys are strangers. I may be a stranger as well, and you have this personal attachment to a CEO because oh, I talked to the CEO in a Telegram chat. He's my friend. You're going to be in for a really big surprise, okay, guys? And at the end of the day, they're not looking out for you. They're looking out for their business and their families. You're just contributing to their success. That's all. All right? Wake up call, bro.
I mean, I think you can go to one of the other articles in the video. You'll see Peter. He has an example of the contract, and it's exactly the same contract as me and
I'm linking it here now. I don't know if you can see it.
Oh, you have it on the camera right here, is it?
It's the first or the second link
can you see
in
it?
the video.
Okay, yeah, let me see. Let me see if I can pull that up here. So I see the first link is PSO Holt. Oh no, that's
that's Peter.
That's name.
Oh yeah, so click that one and it has 1743.
Yeah, so that should be a picture of the contract there.
Oh, okay. So the
And
contract is
so you can have a
here.
look. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It says loan agreement. Yeah, I see that. Yeah. So you're talking about that loan agreement between.
I don't see it on the screen, but
Yeah. No. Let me just see here if I could pop that up.
And you also see the address, the Bitcoin address of Harith and the Bitcoin address he's supposed to pay me back to. So you can also see that at that time I transferred 5 Bitcoins to this address. So that is open on the blockchain for everyone to look at.
Okay, here. So you guys want me to bring up the loan agreement between Harith and Peter, right? Okay, I see that here. I'm gonna have to take a screenshot. I don't know why it's not freaking popping up here, but let me see if I could do it this way. Just give me a bit. Once again. So yeah, what we're doing for the whoever asked for proof here of the contract, that's what I'm trying to pull up. So please have a bit of patience here, because I am doing this on the fly. And,
yeah, let's do it properly. Let's go through it. I mean, they can have any evidence they want. I mean, like I said, I sent you also like a batch email of screenshots of chat.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to take a screenshot of this, but I mean, I can't. I don't know why it's not coming up on my software like that. Oh, I know what I could do. How about let's do this even better? Okay, what I'm gonna do is.
Can you post a link or something?
Yeah, no, you guys are going to come off of my my screen, right, and then that, and I could share my screen. Do you guys see that now?
Yeah, I'm blocking it. So if you pull my image a little bit to the left.
Oh yeah, you're still there, right? Okay, yeah. So is that big enough?
There we go. Yeah. If you scroll down a little bit, you see, yeah, there you go. Scroll down, yeah, there you go.
Okay, so this is a loan, but to be honest, I can't really read the damn text. It's a little bit blurry-ish. Monthly from the contract date, borrower promises to pay the lender the sum of 60% of the annual profit made after tax and cost in Japan deducted, and from the 60% that is paid should be paid 30% too, and that's blocked out. Responsibility. Although this argument may be signed below by more than one person, borrower understands that we are each individuals responsible for paying back the full amount if asked to withdraw the amount that was loaned to the borrower. The borrower will pay the lender the amount that was loaned in Bitcoin within 2 to 4 weeks of the claim from the lender. Right? It goes on to say, point number 3, breakdown of loan. Amount of loan is, was that? Oh, I thought I saw 58 Bitcoins. 5 Bitcoins at the worth of $3,200 per Bitcoin. Withdrawal charge. All transfer fees that occur with withdrawal will be paid from the lender. Okay. Number 4 says repayment. This is how borrower will repay. Borrower will repay the amount of this note in Bitcoin equal to the monthly profit of 60% after tax payment each on the end of the month, Friday of each month, starting on the second week Friday and ending when the lender asks to withdraw the full amount. Page 1 of 2, payment. Borrower has the right to repay the whole borrowed amount and end the contract at any time. If borrower does so, or if the loan is refinanced, that is replaced by a new contract. And there's just like security to protect lender and borrower. Both parties exchange social documents such as passport photo or address if needed. Number 7, payment address of Bitcoin or bank or both parties. Bitcoin account, Harith Modishrimarzu, and Bitcoin address. I mean, it's there, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's and my contract is identical. Only difference is that he's taking money to buy Bitcoins, and that's it. But I mean, Peter, he asked for his money back, his Bitcoins back, just I think like a month or 2 weeks after I did, and that was like end of 2017, beginning of 2018. Right. And
so hold on, Ben, because I kind of read that like it was so small, so I sounded like a bit retarded there. If you could just reiterate what I went over of the contract. I mean, it's there for everyone to look at as well. So what was the specifics?
Yeah. I mean, it's, this is also quite interesting, because we have to also understand that at this point, when Harith is making these contracts, he is also trying to protect himself by making these little bit like opaque, right? So Ryan, who I talk with on occasion, he is they put him into like a CFO position, but he runs a nightclub over there. Anyways, he told me that Harith probably did something really smart by calling this a personal loan. And to him, that was like a signal that he sort of like tried to, like he tried to cover his ass for stealing this from the get-go. Because when you put it as a personal loan, you know, you can declare personal bankruptcy in Japan and basically you don't have to pay back, right? Mm-hmm. So that is, you know, we also need to consider this, that we're sitting there and he's bringing these contracts and, you know, to us it looks fine. But basically the contract is, and this is also sort of like reinforced by how he tells you it's supposed to be interpreted, but it's more or less what's written there in any case. And right. That is, he buys Bitcoins and keeps the Bitcoins to trade, to arbitrage on them. In Peter, he gets Bitcoin directly. Either one of us can sort of like decide that, okay, now it's enough. We're going to return everything. And, you know, we get the Bitcoins back at the value it is when it is to be returned. And that's basically it. Very simple.
This is how I'm going to break this down. Now, is Harith a scammer? I'm going to say no right now. I'll tell you why, Ben. Okay, but hear me out. A scammer means the guy exited. I guess on you guys, that's the case, right? Because his old company does not exist anymore. So in your case, yes, right? Right, in that regard.
Well. Actually, the thing is, I mean, you guys are focusing on this in the context of this Bitex and this crypto thing, right? So yeah. For you, it's like,
trust me. Let me finish. Let me just finish. Yeah, let me just finish, right? So now, the cloud. Now, is he a pump and dumper? In my opinion, hell yeah, he is, right? Because what's a pump and dumper? Based on your story, what you're telling me here, and like, I mean, the proof and evidence is really there. It's not even a story. It's becoming a fact, you know? So it's there. Yeah, for anybody who really wants to look at it, go look at it. Like, don't look at just this interview. Go look at the links that they have provided and draw your own conclusion. Now, if you want to be a fanboy, you're never going to see the truth, right? So what I'm trying to say is, what does a pump and dumper do? They want to exchange their tokens that they just minted out of thin air, which is XBX, and trade it and get Bitcoin, which is worth a lot of money, which is valuable, right? So what do they do? What he did was he has bots set up on IDAX, which we all knew about and we were okay with at the beginning because liquidity is important. We get that. But what the bots did was it provided fake volume. It pumped the coin up to like 28 cents, and he could do that because there's nobody really trading other than his bots. So that is wash trading in a sense as well, right? So he pumps the coin up to 29 cents, gets the hype going, and people start buying the token for that high price, trading Bitcoin for XBX, and then he dumps on them and it goes back down to whatever it's at right now, 6 cents, 5 cents, and that's a pump and dumper. So pretty much what he was trying to do with you guys is trade, like, get your Bitcoin. That the end goal is to get Bitcoin no matter what, right? And that's pretty much what he's doing. And he tried to distill confidence in people with Odyssey and driving in their brains 10% a day, and you know, he is clearly a pump and dumper. There's no other way around that.
Well, I mean, for me, like, for you coming into this like from the point of like this Bitex thing, right? But for me and Peter, I guess
it was before
Bitex. Yeah. I mean, this is just a guy that comes in. He says he's going to do this for you, and when you want your money back or your Bitcoin back, he just runs. And I mean, that is basically a thief and a scammer. I mean, that's what it is. He steals your shit, right? And he'll say anything to get your shit, and then he runs, right? Runs from the police. So I mean, but there's also some sort of like madness in there, right? Because I don't know what, like how does he think that he will sort of like survive this? Like, let alone as a business person, but just like somebody, you know, and his name, like it's like we're not gonna let him get away with this. Yeah. Like I was like visiting my dad's grave here the other day, right? I mean, like, you know, it's not possible to go on living thinking that this guy is flying business class on your dad's pension, right? And my dad, like, he was like saving money on anything, buying cheap food, buying cheap clothes, putting money in his piano, and this guy is like popping bottles and flying business class on airplanes. I mean, you know, for me, the crypto thing is not even interesting. I mean, this is like a bad guy. and he
Yeah.
needs to be accountable. Yeah, that's it. That's
Yeah.
it.
Okay, guys, like Harith is up to his childish games again here. It seems because like I don't know what's going on here. Somebody
Not
account got
unusual.
hacked. Benjamin Berger was timed out by Benjamin Berger. Yeah, I don't know what's going on here, but somebody got a fake account pretending to be him. So yeah, I'll address that later on. But yeah, no, I totally get where you guys are coming from here. But somebody asks in the chat. Let me see here. Oh, so his message was deleted. Okay, I see what's happening here. So he asked about why wouldn't you go to the police instead of coming onto this network here, is what that gentleman
Well,
asked.
but we are with the police. The police called him to come to Thailand, right? That's the thing. And the police called Harith while Nicholas was sitting in the police station, right? And telling Harith to come to Thailand and clear this up. And what Harith basically did was he insulted the guy. He insulted the police. So, I mean, to anybody who's listening, right, have Harith live stream to you from Yanawa police station. He will never do it. But have him live stream to you from Yanawa police station, right? That's a thing.
Right.
But, let him live stream in Japan. And it's nothing, it's a show, right? He'll act flustered
So
and say,
I just want to add on to this that we have reported this to the police, of course. That takes time, especially since he's in Japan and this was happening in Thailand. But of course, we want to go out with this. Of course, we want to get our money back, but we want to warn other people that they're not gonna get into the same mess that we did.
Right.
Because this is taking time.
Yeah. No, totally. So pretty much to answer your question there, Zach Hui, yeah, we got some weird shit going on in the chat. So pretty much he's in a different jurisdiction. He's in another country. So they did report it to the police in Thailand where that incident happened at first. And Harith, I don't know, he went to Japan for whatever reason. And that's the issue, right? I mean, what do criminals do? Right? If you look at fugitives, what do? If they commit murder, I'm just giving an example. If someone commits murder in the States, what do? They flee to Mexico, right? So, again, it makes him look even more guilty, in my opinion.
I mean, the same way, like he knows what he's doing, right? And he probably planned this out from before, right? And also he knows that, I mean, I had like also in other talks with him, like, yeah, crypto isn't regulated. I mean, he will exploit the fact that this is like a new legal area as well, right? He's not stupid. He goes to Japan. He has a Japanese passport, right? It's not easy to go after him. I mean, but of course we went to the police. We tried everything, right? But Harith,
guys, I just want to tell that. Yeah, sorry, I just need to leave in 5 minutes. Just telling you guys, I got another meeting. So,
sure. No problem. Yeah.
We're
gonna wrap up soon. Yeah, we're gonna wrap up soon. Yeah. So that being said, I mean, we are going past over an hour now. I think you guys did tell your side as well, and it's definitely believable to me. I mean, like I don't want to sound like, oh yeah, be neutral, because I gotta see it like say it like I see it, and you guys definitely have the evidence. You got the recordings, you got the documents. Why would you go through all this, like a lot of work? As you said, you're busy, different time zones. It just doesn't make any sense to me. And my experience with Harith right now, and my community could also piggyback on what I'm saying is, he's definitely a fraud. He's a fraud, is what it is. I know he's like, blood is boiling right now. I don't give a fuck. You're a fraud, bro. Get the fuck out of this space. We don't need people like you here. You're a piece of shit. You want to take people's money. You prey on noobs. You are a piece of shit, Harith. Okay? Straight up. That's my final thoughts on you. And I don't want to waste another minute on your ass, okay? You're not worth it. So if you guys want to leave the people with your last words, or if you want to touch up on something, I know you did say 5 minutes, right? So go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, like what I would say, like if people want to see some evidence or anything like that, just get on to the YouTube video, for example, and they can just put in the comments field, and we'll look at it and we'll put out everything. I sent you a package of the screen caps of messaging from Harith. I mean, the evidence is overwhelming. So, like, if people feel that they need to see more evidence, just let us know. And also, of course, if they go through the evidence and they believe us, which I think they should, they should probably also consider liking and sharing and sort of like getting the word out there, because people will get hurt. That's what I'm saying. How about you, Peter?
Yeah, I totally agree. You see how Harith goes on with his bots and his friends trying to dislike and saying crazy comments about things that is not the matter. I don't know, calling out gay people or whatever. But I don't care. I just want the truth to come out as well. And yeah, feel free to get back and we can post some more information if you need it.
Yeah, definitely. But like as I said, man, like I'm done with it now. Like I've just wasted a lot of time on this. Not this interview, but just like in general for XBX. I don't want to give it any more TV time, right? I think this right here, this right here is gonna do a lot. And also your videos, and I know we're gonna get more dislikes and likes because of he got his little ninjas and his little occultist people following him, and they're gonna smash dislike, or maybe he might go to Fiverr and buy some dislikes on this video. Whatever, he's definitely playing some childish games, and it's making him look more guilty. That's all. You can't fool everyone all the time for too long. You just can't. At some point, time will tell, and the truth will overspill, and that's what we're seeing right now, clearly. Especially those in my chat. And like, he's so retarded. Like, who makes right now in this live? This shows his character right here. Okay. Somebody made a fake account on this live stream with a gentleman that's in my chat. He's an admin in my chat, Benjamin. And he mentioned Benjamin in his last live stream, right? People were telling me this. So he has this vendetta against him, and I gave him a moderator role, and he banned a guy that's from my chat that was talking differently about XBX. So it just goes to show you how guilty he is. I keep saying that word, but I don't know, fraud, guilty, pump and dumper, whatever. Like, he's definitely digging himself his own grave, and it's getting deeper and deeper, bro. Right? So that's all I got to say about that. All right, boys.
Right. Yeah, thanks for having us on. It's good to have people who give a shit in the crypto space. Like my experience, often trying to get the word out, is like people really don't care. They want to get their little kicks. They're in it to look. They want to get their money, and basically, people don't want to get into it. They don't care. But you did, and we thank you for that.
Hey, I gotta say something too. I noticed in the video, and I know you gotta go. We're gonna go in 2 minutes there, Peter. I remember you said that you're like, oh, he hired this Filipino guy to do videos or something like that, and you're referring to me, right? I get that all the time. I get Filipino, Spanish, all this shit, but it's all good. No hard feelings.
It's not about the look. You can be Pan-Asian, but it's just like from before, like, we know that he hired people from the Philippines to do different kind of shit, right? Because it's cheap. So we just assumed that maybe you were. Well, we weren't sure, but we thought like maybe you're part of sort of like his apparatus.
I'm in Canada.
Like that, but.
Yeah, I'm in Canada.
Yeah,
but
you told me.
Yeah. Okay, guys, I think we're good, all right? So, hey, man, once again, you guys deserve, this opportunity. I think it's only fair, and I definitely side with you guys. I was about to say, I think I made a mistake with XBX, obviously, in that sense, yes, but at the time, it was just me reporting, and, everyone has their own opinion. Hey, like me, hate me, whatever, life goes on, and, I know my heart is pure, and my motives are pure, that's for sure. I can't say the same for Harith, and, I got to report it as it comes, and this is why we're doing this right now. So, gentlemen, appreciate you guys coming on, speaking the truth, and standing up for what you believe in, and that's the main thing here. No matter what other people say, you guys know what really happened, and that's all. You could only just try to share that with others, and you know what? Those who don't want to listen, they'll just learn on their own, right? And that's it. And sometimes it takes that. People need to go through it the hard way.